Hi, I'm Nancy Baggett. Welcome to Kitchen Lane. Today I'm going to show you a really beautiful and yet really doable pastry technique. It's called marbling. You can get beautiful results. You don't have to have fancy equipment though, and you don't have to have a lot of skill. First though, you do have to assemble what you need. Your icings, and they need to be mixed up and they need to flow readily because the technique is called wet on wet, and the top layer needs to flow over the bottom layer and they need to meld together. That's why it's called marbling. You can have your individual piping bags to be plain old baggies, or if you have tubes with bags that you bought, I would normally use piping cones. You also need to have toothpicks. You're going to see why we need toothpicks right away. Okay, let's get started. The first technique, the simplest way, is to spread the bottom layer on. And notice I'm not using a piping bag. This icing, which is on my website, flows very readily. Let's make the stripes. Notice I'm starting before the cookie and then ending after the cookie. And here's the wet on wet part. This will give you the beautiful marbling look. Even kids can do that. Isn't it pretty? Let's do a Christmas tree. Again, remember, you have to work quickly. Your icings need to be smooth and they need to flow. This recipe, which has a little corn syrup in it, is on my website and it flows very well. Again, just go back and forth at regular intervals. And let's add a darker green. You want to draw the lines up to make it look like the boughs of a tree. And I suggest that you start in the middle, like I did, and then draw on either side. Isn't that lovely? Let's try a stocking, and we're going to pull the second color over top so that it almost looks woven. Let's do 2 accenting colors. Now, as many colors as you like to use and makeup you can do. The little trick on this one is to make it look woven. We're going to go, instead of up each line, we're going to go up in one direction and then down in the other, like this. One last little tricky technique in case you decide you want to go in a circle. Now, instead of pulling up or down, you're going to pull out in all directions. So now you know the marbling technique, wet on wet, very beautiful results with very little talent and very little effort. Almost too beautiful to eat, but not quite.